Good morning, everybody. We are just waking up. Roughly made my bed here, and let's get. Okay, I'll skip. I won't make you watch me taking a shower, but we're gonna go out and we're gonna do a few things on this farm. I really want to make some progress before. I'm not sure what's gonna release first. Oxygen and David's map, or probably it sounds like Mapper's Paradise map will release first. But I really want to convert the Monday, maybe possibly Wednesday, into into one of those maps instead of being stuck on this map. But I shouldn't say stuck. It's a good map. It's just, I mean, I don't know. It's it's not as good as those other ones. The problem is, we had a problem. Not with the corn. If you look over here, I don't know what happened. It's actually reminiscent to what happened in our multiplayer stream. All of those crops, the soybeans and the sugarcane, showed up as harvested. But unlike what happened on our multiplayer, sugarcane was planted during the correct growth stage, and so were the soybeans. If you are paying attention to our multiplayer stream, what happened in that was we actually planted, we're using the Germans geo, the Western Germany geo, and we planted in a season where there's no green bar. And so as soon as the growth stage happens, or maybe it's just overnight, they all go away and turn into a harvested stage. And that's what happened out here. I cannot believe it took forever to plant this. Oh my goodness, I could not believe all that work and time is gone. So we're going to hire out an army of workers out here on this field to get going again with some more planting. And I don't know. I'm tempted just to hire seed and fertilizer because I already planted it once. I don't know. Yeah, so I'll probably do that off screen. Actually, I'm not even sure why I'm recording because I think I said that I'm going to be harvesting the next time that I do this. So, actually, yeah, why am I recording this? This is, well, what we're going to do is we are actually going to play my second favorite game. I know this is a little bit atypical, but we're going to do it anyway. I don't care what anybody says. We're going to start a new game. We are going to do a rail world. If you've never played Factorio, hold on. It is awesome, and I will show you how awesome. Let's welcome everybody to Factorio. I know this says Farming Simulator, but we are going to play a little Factorio. Maybe it was something to do with streaming for, what was that, 18 hours. I just wanted a little bit more Factorio. Let's, the very first thing we need to do, if you're new to the game and you're here for Farming Simulator, just stay tuned. This game is one of my absolute favorites of all time. I love this game. I cannot recommend it enough. Let's, we got 20 stone from there. Let's go get a little bit more stone so we can craft some more furnaces. This game has the most epic scaling of any game that I have ever played. If you like any type of a building game, a game that requires some scaling. Okay, so here we go. The very first thing we need to do, we need to get those, which means we need a couple of those, and we need iron plates. So let's get iron plates going. That is right. That's what we need to start with. So we're going to have a drill going there and a furnace there. We need to fill the drill or the furnace. We need some more coal. Do we have any lumber? No, we don't have any lumber. We need to mine a little bit more coal. It's the start is very, very slow, but it really, and that's what gives you that sense of scale. It's a game of factory automation. You need to automate everything. Here's your research tree. You need to research, well, not all these technologies. Where is a rocket shooting speed? Here we go. You need to build a rocket silo, and that's kind of the in-game scenario. They have changed a few things. I won't go into the detail, but there's a ton of this research that you have to do. Let's get back into building our basic factory here. This, perhaps I got a little bit tired of Farming Simulator because I wanted to, I don't know. I guess my brain is a little bit tired from Farming Simulator after I'm recording this on Friday afternoon after I stayed up for 14 hours streaming Farming Simulator. It was by far the most fun I've ever had in Farming Simulator, but my brain is just with my schedule currently. I'm kind of busy Sunday with my wife getting back in town. So when I wake up, I want to spend time with her from my night shift before I head off to work, which means if you guys want any episode, I have to record it now, and now is Friday afternoon. I can't do it Saturday because that's another live stream, with stopping back. So if you want anything, it has to be this, because unfortunately my brain cannot handle more Farming Simulator at the moment, especially when I just was kind of depressed based on the, you know, what happened there with the, let's see, let's do half there and let's do half there. Okay, so we have iron plates going. For those of you new, I'll kind of handle this as a tutorial. So we have a drill set up. The drill is feeding the iron ore here. It's automatically doing this action and feeding it into the drill. That's what that, or the mine. That is what that arrow is. I'll treat this as a tutorial and introduction. And I don't know, maybe we'll turn this into a let's play. We don't necessarily need copper right now. We need more stone to handle. Let's see, where's, wait, we have stone. That's right. We need iron plates. We need burner mining drills. So let's, if you control left click on something, it will give you the content of that. If you press, let's see, what is that? Alt and hover over something, it, well, you don't have to hover, but Alt toggles on and off the display there so you can see what each factory is producing. Okay, so we can build one burner mining drill. What we are looking at is, well, I guess we could do another stone furnace for now. But we are looking at getting coal being produced by itself, so we don't always have to run up and feed these machines with coal. Of course, the goal is to eventually build conveyor belts. Eventually, we're going to automate this process, right? Oh, wait, oh, I'm out of coal. Eventually, the goal is to automate this process, and we want everything producing by itself. Okay, so now we get 2 burner mining drills. Let's run up here, and we are going to set them against each other. And then all we need is, oh goodness, I need 1 fuel. We have to have 1 fuel to start it. And now what's happening is these guys are going to, here's where you, if you control left click like I just did down there in your inventory, it will automatically put it up in the slot that's required. And now this drill is feeding coal into this drill, and it automatically puts it up, you know, in your, where's the burn? This is the burning slot. This is your fuel for the burner mining drill. This is the raw resource, or the end resource that you are producing. And of course, you're shoving it over to this guy, which is putting it into his burning inventory. So basically, they're feeding each other, and it allows me to run up to them and press control left click to get me the coal, which allows me to run down here and keep these guys fed with coal. That is what I am doing. So right now they are roughly good. We got to get another burner mining drill, so that requires more iron plates, and then we're gonna get more iron production. Iron plates, whoops, I don't want to take your coal. Iron plates is very important at the beginning of the game. You really need to get iron going early, and then copper ramps up relatively quick. It's kind of amazing. It goes from almost needing, like, oh, we don't need any copper, to needing, oh my goodness, there's never enough copper in the entire world. And yeah, so it kind of has a panic like that. And then if you're wondering what I'm doing, if you press control and right click, it'll deposit half of your stack into the inventory. So now I have half that stack, and I'll control left click to put the rest of it there. That is the shortcut that I am using. And let's see, let's get another burner mining drill going. It is really nice. I've had so many starts where everything is spread out here, but this is actually a really nice start. We have a large supply of everything here, pretty close. Let's get another furnace going and another burner mining drill. And we need coal. Let's do half and half again. Okay, there we go. So we have a basic process starting automating. We should perhaps create a furnace and a burner mining drill. If you see that let's run down the line and pick everything up. If you see that it automatically crafts, for example, here's the recipe for a burner mining drill. If you look at the ingredients, it requires 3 iron gear wheels, a stone furnace, and 3 iron plates. All I had in my inventory was iron plates, and those are, basically, if you look down there at the bottom, the total raw materials, that's all you have to have in your inventory, and it will automatically create the rest, automatically. You know, and then it'll automatically create. So for example, right now I don't have any raw stone, but I do have a stone furnace. So if you look there, I don't have the 3 iron gears, but I do have a stone furnace in my inventory and 3 iron plates. That's why the iron gears are in yellow, because I don't have those, but it can craft those. If I click to craft that, there you go. I actually didn't mean to do that. Well, shoot. We need more stone now. I think there was another stone rock right over here. I have gotten all the achievements in this game except for there's one that's eluding me, and that is, I think it's something like 20 million green plates produced. That is a lot. Well, you know what? We can look right now. Let's go all the way to the bottom, and right there, 20 million electronic circuits. This one is by far the longest that it takes to do. The one that is hardest is probably this one. Win the game by crafting no more than 111 items manually. That is what I'm doing now is, yeah, that's basically it. And if you look, let's see, somewhere are your statistics and production stats? No. Bonuses? No. The tutorials? No. Trains. If I was going for this achievement, it would list not this achievement. If I was going for that achievement, it would list how many components I have crafted manually. And so you can kind of track on there how many of them you have created. But right now, what are we doing? Oh, that's right. We need a stone furnace. And we are getting a burner mining drill with a stone furnace. So that way, they will get going with a little bit of copper when we need copper. You almost always need copper. And yeah, so like right now I need copper for copper production. Let's grab the iron plates and let's run by and grab copper and then coal. And just in case you wondered, another trick for that, like I said, if you control left click on a building, then you grab what's inside the building without having to. So here's the slow way. You can click on the building, grab the plates, put them in your inventory. That's a pain. Or you can just run by and hold down control and left click. And then if you want it even simpler to do a drive-by pickup, you can hold down control and the left mouse button the entire time and you just hover over the building and you will pick those up. Those are some shortcuts that can really help speed up your gameplay. Let's there we go. So the other hardest achievement is getting to, let's see, where is it? Somewhere on here is launching a rocket in under, what is it, 8 hours, I believe. I don't remember where it's at, but you have to just keep things going. Otherwise, you will lose sight of things. Let's run over here and get a little bit more stone. We are out of coal, looks like down there. So we'll run back and get coal on our way. I am not the most efficient in my speed because I like to try to kind of stage things and lay them out for the future. Let's get some logistic belts going while we're at it, and maybe we can start to automate this process. And then we will, then we will get going. Let's see, what do we need next? Okay, so let's do half, and there we go. I think that is pretty good. We are going to, let's see, the next process is probably getting power production up. Or actually, you know what? The next process, I take it back. Let's get 4 of these going. We're a little out of coal. So let's get you going there. And then as soon as let's stop the belts. Let's shift to building the thing there. Okay, so now we want more coal. So now we need to... if you hover over an item and press the R button, it will rotate it like that. And right now we have, so the same concept that I had before, it's just now a row of 6. So now we have 6 coal thingies picking up, and there we go. And I think, let's put the rest in you actually. There we go. So let's hover on over, and let's see, what else do we want? We want to get power going. And so I guess I'll talk about another aspect of the game. It has a problem where, yeah, you start off in a nice little peaceful factory, but then the problem slowly becomes bugs. Because if you look at the map by pressing M, you'll see this pollution layer. As you build resources and furnaces and burn things, your factory gets bigger, you have this pollution, and when it reaches bugs, they will come and attack your base to destroy your life and all technology. They hate technology, and they are there to destroy you. So it's kind of almost a tower defense game. It's not really. It does have an element of tower defense. That's a better way to explain it. Let's so I actually haven't played a lot since these recent updates with the new boilers. I am kind of an older generation. This game has been on early access for a long time. I guess I'll talk about that for a little bit. This game's been on early access for a long time. I would have been happy with the full release of this game if they would have just dumped it and said we're done like 2 years ago. This game, these developers are the best example of an early access crew of anybody that I have ever seen myself or heard of. It is, these guys just continuously continually refine their game. They make the graphics a little bit better over time. They make processes more optimized. This game is a pretty CPU intensive game, even if it doesn't look like it's heavy on the graphics card. Once you get a huge factory going, there's a lot of stuff going around, moving around, and they've done a lot to optimize this game and update the graphics and make, you know, life a lot easier. It's just, oh no, I didn't mean to create 10 of those. Okay, well, we might as well. Let's create a little extra pipe, and okay. So I don't know the optimal, maybe one of you guys who are a Factorio player up to date with the current state of the game. I actually don't know this myself, but there is an optimal, let's see, this game is really, really good into heat transfer, fluid flow, you know, thermodynamics. They calculate a lot of that, and there is an optimum amount of burners for an optimum amount of furnaces for steam generation, and I forget what that is. So we're just gonna do 3 and 3 for now, since I forget what that ratio is. And you can tell it's been a while since I played this game. These are a new boiler design. I actually forget where the input and output is. I think that this is is this the input? I don't know. Let's try this. Let's try this. I forget. Let's light you up with some fuel, and let's see what happens. So we have, well, of course we need an output. Let's hook up a steam engine. I forget which way this goes. So, well, you need power. Okay, so I will generate a few telephone poles. Let's, you're not going. Oh, that's right. So I hooked that up wrong. This is the output then. This is the output. This must be the cold leg, and this will be the hot leg. Okay, so let's fix this. So let's go like this then. And let's cross connect that header, and let's get a few more pipes going. Oh well. Oh, we need more. Oh goodness. Okay, we'll go back. And this is part of the problem with the early automation. Your early factory starts to die down when you are not managing it. Let's restock everything with some coal. Half, and half. Oh, you're already full. That's right. Oh, you have wood. That's right. You can't. Okay. And there we go. So wood actually does not burn as long. Coal is much more efficient. But did we not grab? Oh, I didn't grab iron plates when I was there. Okay. Silly me. All right. We have iron plates. Let's start producing extra pipes. Let's connect this. And now we should have, well, when I add coal, we should have, actually, let's use, there we go, wood first. And we have steam generation now. So indeed, this is water going in, and then you have the hot leg up here, which is steam. This is actually another addition. They actually added steam as an element. It just used to be water, and then water had a temperature, but now they have steam. And if I remember correctly, so you have steam output here on the side, and then you have water that's just heated to another temperature over here. But they correctly model all this. I just love science and heat transfer, fluid flow. It comes from my days operating a reactor on the submarine. Thermodynamics. Good old thermodynamics. Okay, let's entropy and enthalpy. Let's run on over. We're gonna just drag power lines out here, even though we don't have anything powered yet. The very first thing, actually, we should have dragged them north. Okay, let's just might as well just drag them north. Make a nice rigid line here. The very first thing that we want powered is coal, because some of the, okay, so here's the first lesson. Some of these, and here's where we need copper. Here's where copper, we didn't need any of it at the beginning, but copper starts to ramp up. Let's just keep those going for our own personal coal supply for now. Let's, oh, we only had one produced. Let's drag a line out there for now, and let's queue up a few more belts. And now you can see all these things that I'm producing. You can see the problem where, like, I've probably already produced over 100 items. That's, and you can only produce 111 to get that achievement. It is quite an achievement. Let's drag, let's see, which way do we want our main line to go? So let's drag, this is our coal. Let's drag coal this way, and we are going to drag coal on down. Oh, we messed that up, but we want, actually we want that. Let's, this is going to be our main line. Right-clicking takes components up, and we are creating a factory here. This is a little bit too close, so we're going to have to reconfigure our copper there. But this will give us a stream of coal on down to our iron plate production. Once we have more, we need more power poles. To get power poles, we need wood. We got to run back over and get some wood, guys. And then these guys will be going. You can click on a generator, and you can see that the available performance is all the way up because it's not being utilized. And then the performance is actually the actual capacity. And if you, it's pretty cool. It models electricity generation for generators somewhat realistically. It's pretty cool. This game has got a lot of things. No, I didn't mean to create that. Let's just create those. Another quick tip, if you want, for example, I always want to keep those belts in my hotbar, and I always want to keep them locked for that. I don't want them to automatically put something else down there that the game thinks is useful. So if I middle mouse click that button, it will lock it in place, and now that spot is only used for transport belts. If I run out of transport belts, it will reserve that for transport belt, and I cannot put something else there. So let's, oops. No, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to, we don't want transport belts. Another quick tip, if you have an item and you don't want it, just hit Q and it will get rid of it. Let's go there. And then we, yeah, so this is another, another fun thing about the game is running, like when you run through your factory and you run against belts, it gets pretty hard to do that, especially on the later stages of the game. This is a little bit actually overkill for the amount of coal generation that we have, but we're fine. Let's get a little bit more of this, and let's make all the belts that we can. Shift left click will make all of the current item. Let's control drag here, and let's go deposit the rest of the coal. Let's see, we got enough for max capacity there. Control left click will fill them up to capacity. Let's get rid of the wood there and put it back in our inventory. We're going to need it for creating power poles. And so down here, I like to start out as efficient as possible. But I do a mix of efficient and mainstream for the future. So I could create burner inserters here. Instead, I'm just going to create conventional inserters. And we can actually, let's get rid of some of those power poles. We're right-clicking out of there. And start creating inserters. So now we're gonna start creating our main factory line down here. Let's think about this a little bit. We're still gonna have drills. We're still gonna have burner drills. We don't need to upgrade to electric drills, but I do like upgrading to electric inserters. It's just easier because, well, it's the way of the future. And also, these inserters you can craft into something else. Burner inserters are basically a dead end. However, I do typically like using burner inserters over for my power grid because it takes a long time before you start using more power than what a burner inserter can feed. Burner inserters, all the inserters have a speed on them. So burner inserters they move at a certain speed. And actually, I forget, I think that's craft speed. That's craft speed there. It doesn't actually, where does it talk about the actual speed of an inserter? I forget where that is, but each inserter has a speed. Let's create a few more. And let's think about this. We got to think about the flow for the future. Let's do, what are we going to do? Okay, so let's just uproot this entire thing here, and we will reconfigure it all. Let's let's see. What are we going to do? Indecision. Let's run the coal line over here, and then we are going to, let's see, we want to mine the top row first, and actually that'll be perfect. So these don't have that huge of a radius to mine. Let's just, we're going to need to start crafting a ton more of these. You know what, to make things easier and a little bit more efficient in the beginning, less demand on our power grid. Quick note, if you want to check your power grid, you can click on any pole and you'll see the power production and satisfaction in that network. And then, of course, you can build accumulators, basically like think of them as batteries, and they will accumulate electricity. I guess technically they're more like capacitors, but they're like the science tech capacitor of the future that can hold electricity and storage. Capacitors in the power grid nowadays are actually used for something entirely different. Anyway, let's stop this. What I'm doing is, I should have done a little bit more, and let's do You know what? Let's do there, and let's take those up and do there and there. Let's put the burner drill there. We are getting them all south, and we need to reconfigure this coal line. And I should not have filled this line up. When you're building things, it's actually nice to kind of not connect it to the source, because then whenever you pick up stuff off the belt, it picks up the resource. Although there is a way to, I forget the shortcut key, but you can pick up a belt without picking up the resource. I forget what that is. Anyway, we need power down here, so let's give our guys power. And so now we have our burner inserters being filled, but the raw material is not going anywhere. Let's make our, we need to figure out our production lines. We want to go this way. We are going to have our mass production line for iron plates heading to the east, and we need a ton more. Oh boy. So fortunately we have enough of those. Let's where are our furnaces? Oh no, we used up all our furnaces by building the burner drill. So now we need more stone. Let's look for those stone sections. Where is stone gonna be? And while I think about it, let's see. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to get, do I have another electric drill on me? I do not. What do I need for an electric drill? We need iron plates. I used up all my iron plates for, goodness. Oh, what a nightmare. I kind of got myself in a pickle here. Let's just go manually mine stone then. No, we're going to make only one trip over there, and you're going to see what I'm doing. We have the power poles. We have, so all I need is iron plates. What do I need? Stop producing belts. But I need the raw iron plate, I think, to make, no, I don't. Okay, there we go. Let's drag power. Where is our stone source? We got to figure that out first. So stone is to the south, almost the immediate south to where I'm standing. Let's get rid of our map and drag power lines. We're going to need power to the east, so let's just drag this. Well, no, let's drag it along the belt for now. Let's drag it a little bit east, and then we'll go south from here. And in case you are unfamiliar with the game, if you just drag and hold down the left click button like I am doing, so you start out the line by pressing left click to initially place one, and you keep the left mouse button depressed and then keep running along a string, and it will automatically place them at the maximum depth or the maximum length and still leave the power lines connected. In case you didn't see what I was doing, if you place the power line a little bit too far, it's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but there it's connected and there it's not. Hopefully you guys can see that. It is a little bit dark. We will get rid of the dark soon, but what I'm doing now is I am just creating a box, and we're gonna fill this box with stone because I don't want to, every time I need stone, I don't want to have to mine it myself. All I have to do now is run down and get the stone, and then I will have enough. So we have a furnace. Unfortunately, we are going to need a lot more stone, but we accidentally used all of our stone on burner mining drills because I was not thinking ahead. For now, let's just put these on the, no, we want these on the north side first, even though it kind of conflicts with our power poles. But let's go out here to the east a little bit more, away from our mining plate, and let's start right there. No, right there. And let's just start with our furnace there. I forgot I only had one. Started to do the drag and drop them all, but okay, so now we are outputting product. We're gonna need another power line up here on this side, and then we're gonna need a belt. And let's see, which way should my belt system go? I think that we're gonna start our factory up here, so let's actually have our belt line going this way. And for right now, we just want to put all of these in a box. We're just gonna, this will be the start of our buffer system, perhaps, right there. And you know what? Let's just build the rest of our buffer. This is the way that you, oh, this is a waste of resources because, oh goodness. Let's just build a crude buffer. Let's just build a very simple buffer. What this will do is this will allow the, if I have the chest, that's right, it's right here. This will allow the product to run straight through. If it's totally stocked up and bogged up, it'll run straight through this buffer system. But then also what the buffer does is it automatically restocks the line with the supply at a future, let's see, oh, that's way too much. So 1, 2, 3. I like triple buffers. And let's just do this. And we are dragging belts around. And there we go. So now we have a buffer. This is enough for, well, actually 4 storage chest buffer system. And like you see right now, when it is not actually using the buffer, all it is doing is stocking the chest. And eventually this line will back up. And if I'm not collecting anything, these boxes have a lot of storage space. So ideally, I am always producing iron plates. And then when my factory starts using them again, or I expand, I will be reproducing, you know, I'll have reserves essentially in stock, even if my output production is not up to task. And then I can always go, and this is what I love about the game, I get to go in here with the graphs. Look at it. If you guys love graphs, this game is for you. You get to go in here and look at, I generally look at 1 minute or 10 minute. And you can look at your iron plate production right there. And our iron plate production and our, well, right now we're not consuming any iron plates, but you can look at your iron plate consumption and you can figure out if, am I producing enough? You know, I might have enough now because of my buffer, but am I producing enough? If not, well, then you have to figure out your bottleneck. Do you have enough furnaces? If you have enough furnaces, are you getting enough raw resources, etc., etc.? For now, let's keep using the, let's see, what is the, I think these, that's right, these electric drills actually extend further than the distance. These only pick up, okay, so for the burner drill, let's just stick with up here, and let's use that for, oh no, that's just wrong. I guess perhaps let's mix this with, no, okay, we're just, I shouldn't have done this. I messed this all up. I should have moved it down 1. I like to use every bit of the iron ore mine sequentially. Oh, well, we'll fix that later. Right now, we need more iron plates. Let's, if you hold F over a belt, it will, you know, do what I'm doing. I'm picking up stuff, and we need, that's right, not iron plates. We need more stone so we can build stone furnaces so we can get more iron plates faster. So right now we are running down to pick up all of the stone that we have generated. Oh, actually, let's look first. Yeah, we'll take all of that. And let's make a lot more furnaces. We're going to need all of them. Let's just make all of them. Okay, let's actually, probably should have saved. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's save some stone, actually. And this should be enough. So right now, let's just start our little production line. And see, let's see. I forget, and those of you who play the game a lot, you can probably know that there is a, let's see, let's go there. There is a proper, I need more inserters. There's a proper ratio for the belt speed. I forget how many you can put in a row, and it will not bog up this belt here. And I'll get into what I'm talking about if you're new to the game later. Because you might not have understood it from that comment. But we're going to need more power right there and there and there. And oh, goodness, that's a little messy. Typically, I like to make it look a little neater than that, but that's fine for now. And oh, that's right. We don't have coal. What was I thinking? Okay, so for now, these guys are going to get coal fed manually. But the other thing that I'm going to do is, let's see, okay, so we need to figure this out. We need to stop this here, and I need to get research going. The very first thing I need to research is, I can't believe I haven't researched anything yet. Wow, that's the whole name of the game. We need to research this that gives us a splitter. So let's hit the research button. We're going to build a, not there. We're going to build a research station under right there. So let's get rid of that. And we are building a research station. And then the next thing we need to build is, how much science do I need for that? I need 20 science packs, 20 red science packs. Let's, we're going to need some more copper. And here is where copper starts getting crazy. You need a ton of copper. Right now, how much copper do I have? 100. Okay, so I should be fine once I get more iron plates, and we are not quite bogged up yet there, but we're gonna get this going. Let's put down this research lab. We'll just drop it here for now. We are eventually gonna automate all of this, of course. But for now, let's just manually feed the science packs and we'll get going. And then this is going to be a, well, you guys are going to need more. Okay. So we'll let you continue on for now. We're eventually going to need a splitter. Let's drag out our line. Actually, does this give us the, yes, it gives us the underground belt. So what we're going to do here is, let's see, we always want, let's actually let that run out. We always are going to want this on, let's see, let's make this a little bit neater. And let's, okay, so we're always going to want you there, and let's go there. Whoops. Okay, so we're always going to want it like this. So this is a way that I'm going to have, whoops, I'm going to have coal coming down this line, right? And actually, I probably shouldn't have, let's not make it that close. I'm going to have coal running down this line, and the goal is I do not want the, wait, is that an even, let's just make this, so a splitter will be right up there. I can make it right there. That's a little bit too close. I like things a little bit more spread out, but we'll just do it like this for now. And there we go. So this way, when I get a splitter researched, and we actually have, where's the rest of the science packs? Let's, oh, did I not? Oh, I wasn't creating them. Okay, so we need more. What do we need more of? We need more iron gear wheels, which means we need iron plates. Let's grab iron plates. Let's get all these. And let's grab all of those and all of those and grab all the science pack. Okay, that's a little overkill. But what, yeah, that's gonna be a huge, yeah, let's just do 5 at a time. And let's do it like that. So that reminds me, let's get, oh, we don't have a factory built yet. That's the whole name of the game. Oh, goodness. We need to research this next. It takes 10 science packs. I really want to get this set up first. While we're waiting on the science to get discovered, let's grab us more coal. And let's go over and restock all of our drills. And while I'm at it, we're going to need even more belts, which needs even more iron plates. Goodness. So here, let's, you know what? I said that I normally like burner over here, but let's just do it the good old-fashioned slow inserter. And we'll, yeah, we're going to need a lot more of those. And then a lot more belts. Yeah, so you guys can kind of see as your factory grows, you start never ever having enough of stuff. How much research do we have? Let's stop the science packs there. I think, how many do we have? We have, we're not there yet. So we have 13 science packs there. How many does this take? 20? So 20, let's see, I think that should get us there. I put in at least 5. Okay, so that should get us there, and then I'll continue on from there. And then we continue belts, and let's, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We could get more stone, while we are waiting. Do we have enough power poles? We do have enough power poles. Let's just continue, you know what? For now, let's, continue this coal line on over to, in general, this is not ideal because if I am not paying attention to things, you can have a cascading failure because if I'm not paying attention, I suck coal down. Like right now, I'm kind of setting this up as my main coal line. And right now, eventually, my copper line will suck out all this coal. My iron production line will suck out all of this coal. And then my electricity production will not have enough coal left over to feed itself to produce electricity. And guess what I need electricity for? I need electricity for my, right there, electric mining drills, which give me coal. And so if you mess up your factory system, it can be really, really hard. You have to either start disconnecting, you know, even if you go down here and manually feed, when you have things scaled huge enough, you cannot manually feed these fast enough. You have to have them on belts, automated, fully stocked with coal. You just can't go through and manually feed them enough. It becomes insane. And so then you like, well, now I have to disconnect parts of my factory on, you know, so that way I only have coal on a dedicated supply. And so indeed, if I was doing this proper, I could have like a self-replicating thing where I could have a generation set that only goes and runs power to the coal mines, and they're kind of on its own grid, and then it recircles back and feeds coal here. I could set that up. Something else you can do in the future, and this is what I love about this game, you get to be a stinking engineer. It is so much fun. You get to engineer things like, where is the circuit network? You can engineer switches, and so for example, I could put coal in a certain box, and like I could build up that buffer supply, and then when that buffer supply empties out, that means that, hey, my drills aren't working, right? So if I put a similar buffer system, like what I had down there, if I put a buffer system up here for coal and fill up a box, when that box empties, then I know, hey, I'm not producing coal up here. Something's wrong with my drills, or they're not getting electricity, or they, everything else is starving resources. So for example, I can make the buffer here, and then when that buffer's empty, I know I have problems. So I can say when I have less than 5,000 K coal, I could set alarms off. I could deactivate parts of my factory with electric switches. There is an entire logic circuit, and I mean, you can basically be a programmer. Indeed, some guys program LED lights in this game to like dance along to this to like a music video. It is amazing the things that you can do in this game. It always amazes me. But for now, we still need. Do we need any more science packs? 6. We have 6 more science. I think that should get us the rest of the way. While we're waiting, let's produce 15 more down there. And we should have enough of these to just continue. Let's see. I'm not sure how big this is going to become or what direction we want it to become. So let's just do this for now. And had a little bit of an autosave there. And there we go. So then we need one more right here. And so now our power production is automated for now. But how much power are we actually using? And so something you have to be careful with is you might think that you're fine, but then a lot of things are offline right now. For example, if we're not producing coal, if we're all backed up with this, we might not be using enough electricity. So we might actually be over capacity if everything was on. We just wouldn't know it yet. It's okay. So we have finished logistics, and we need to go on to automation. Now we can get over here. Let's oh boy. We're gonna need, let's see, I think it was only 10 science packs, so let's actually stop producing you, and we are going to produce 1 splitter for now. All right, I have created that splitter and inserted it right there. That gives us exactly what we want. So if you look down here now, it looks like we are feeding lots of coal, but these guys are not getting enough iron, so we need to buff up. Let's first look at our power. We have plenty of satisfaction demand. Let's look at I have these for now. Let's just it's gonna be a little bit ugly, but let's just set these up, and we will set these up for now. This is whoops, that's a little overkill. This is just gonna be a short-term thing for now, and let's go like that, and that means we're gonna need another splitter. This is getting a little bit ugly, but it's just temporary. Oh, 1 belt short. Okay, let's create that, and let's whoops, I accidentally clicked on hoods. That's where my belts went. Those little underground belts, I call them hoodies because they look like hoodies. The underground belts take a lot. Let's just create this and get a few lights on our, let's see, let's get more science packs too while we're at it. And splitter. Oh my goodness, I need a splitter, and this is part of the problem with queuing up a billion things. Oh goodness, I need splitters. Oh goodness, let's exit out of some of those belt productions and factory science packs. We need a splitter. We're gonna get a splitter so that we can end this train of thought. Where are we at? Splitter. We are crafting that now, and there we go. So let's rotate it to put it there, and finish the belt line there. Okay, so we have, oh, that's right. That was a change. That was a recent change. You used to have to take up belts like that to add splitters and underground belts, but now you can add these things. Wait, I thought you could. Perhaps not. I thought you could add these and they would automatically replace. Perhaps that's in a future update, unless I'm doing it wrong. Or perhaps I'm just thinking of splitters. I think that they changed that so that you can add the splitter over the belt and not have to actually remove. Let's just look at that real quick. Nope. Perhaps that's in a future update. Or am I not on the... Oh, you know what? I have this locked on one of the other experimental builds, and I don't think I ever updated my game version. So I am not actually on the... Why are these... Oh, electricity. I'm not on the most recent patch. That is... I gotta fix that because those are those are huge quality of life things. We're gonna... Okay. I think we're gonna end this stream. I know it's running a little bit long. We're gonna end this stream with automating red research, and then I will stop. All right, so let's look at red. The very first thing, I believe it's just gear wheels and copper plates, which means we need to set up our copper plate factory. But first, let's finish this first. Well, actually, can we? Yes, that's right. We have factories. Let's create a couple factories, and we're gonna eventually have to move that. Do we actually have science packs to put in there? No, if we're not doing anything, let's create 5 science packs. So let's see. Let's clear out a few of these things, and copper up there. We'll put our extra furnaces up there, and splitter. I always want splitters there, and I always want hoodies there. And I just like to call them hoodies. It's funny. And then I'll put power lines there, and let's do inserters there. So those are all locked with stuff that I commonly use, and then we can get rid of the pipes. We don't need those for now. Let's keep factories here. And okay, so where are we gonna put our factory? So let's start with I don't know. I always have a problem with planning. I typically redesign everything that I build early. I like to start with actually the end product first. So let's start with let's start down here just a little bit more. I didn't mean to put that up there. Let's just leave that locked for now. Let's start with red research, and that means that we want our little factory guy to be further downstream. So this is kind of just the planning stages for now. And let's just throw it down there. So we kind of get a rough idea in our head. So we need copper plates and iron gear wheels. Let's see. I know in the future, I know from playing in the future, iron gear wheels, I think I want iron gear wheels on a separate belt. Well, you know what? Like I said, I'm going to redesign everything in the future. Let's just keep it simple for now. So we're going to do input on the bottom, output on the top, and let's do 2 of these factories. There we go. And let's see. So another neat trick is it's shift right click copies a recipe, and shift left click paste that recipe to another factory. So that way you don't always have to go in and manually select the recipe. But for right now, we have 2 of those guys going. So we also we're going to need copper plates. But right now, the first step is iron gear wheels. Let's we're going to have to get more inserters too. Oh, we're going to need a lot of inserters. And then we're going to need some more belts. We're going to need a lot of more belts. So let's get those going for now. Let's give us more iron, and we're going to need more copper to get this going. I should really work on copper first, ideally, so that way I get my copper buffer going. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so let's kind of draw out our plan a little bit. This is going to be the output. This is going to be the input. And let's see. So iron gear wheels. We need iron gear wheel production. Let's put the iron gear wheels. Let's see. There is our main iron line. Okay, let's go down here. Let's just, we got the space. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. I forget there's a way to also lay out silhouettes, I believe. So that is our line coming in, and we want iron gear wheels coming up from here. So you guys are going to see what I'm doing eventually here. Let's put a factory. Do I want my main line in the center or on the outside? Iron gets used. Let's look at the recipe. I forget which way it is. Where's iron plate? No, not iron plates. It takes 2 iron plates to produce 2 iron plates to produce 1 gear wheel, right? That recipe is just 1 gear wheel, 2 iron plates. So the limiting, let's see, I think we want, So we want our resource that could eventually be limiting on the outside. So we're gonna have to have a couple splitters. let's just for now do like that, and then like that, and like that, and input and input. Okay, so raw materials, iron gear wheels, and paste. And then we want our output there, so we only need that belt for now. Well, let's kind of continue it to kind of, let's just do that so we remember not to put anything down there. And then we are going to need one splitter. Now let's think about this. I don't want to split this main line twice. I only want to split the main line twice. And then we're going to have one section going up here to our iron gear wheel production. And part of this helps, I mean, and you know, I'll probably redesign all of this. This is it's never a foolproof plan with Factorio, but it does help knowing end game. I know that you need iron gear wheels for everything late game. So I typically like to have a little iron gear factory. I typically have a few of these throughout the factory. And so I'm thinking about the future when I'm thinking about this. This is way overkill for short term, and it does take a little bit more time. If you're going for that 8-hour achievement, you can't always do stuff like this, but I like to. So the method to what I'm doing, if I have this right, yeah. So what I am doing, actually, should I just put it down there again, which takes up less room? I am splitting. I only want the main line. This is going to be my main line coming from my factory. I only want this split once, so that way half goes to up here, and then the half goes to the rest of my factory. And eventually this is going to loop around and probably head north out there to the rest of my factory production. But for right now, I only want this split half, because if I do a splitter here and a splitter here to go, well, you actually probably don't know where I'm going. I want a line of iron plates here and a line of iron plates here, and there we go. I already ran out of room. We'll reconfigure this later if needed, but I always tell myself that, and that's where I run into problems. You know what? We actually don't need that, because that is a 4 buffer system. We only need a 3 buffer system. So let's do like that, and that should be good. So there we go. That is the room that we needed, and let's see. Let's go on up there, and let's go over here. And the reason I'm doing this is now you can see my method to my madness. I have only, it's the main line is split in two, half. And then this line that's half is split half again. Instead of splitting my main line into half and then coming down here and splitting the main line again, this way I think just works a little bit better. And actually, let's space this out. So we have one there, and then actually, okay, so we're gonna need to move that north one spot, which we can do, and still keep. And do we still have that recipe on record? No. We need to get that again and copy it. There we go. So now I think that we can add power, and we'll at least have gear wheels done. And I have to remember that, whoops. I have to remember that I am putting gear wheels on the south side of the belt. And that is important, because here's the problem. If I put iron plates, and yes, I could only line it up out here so that copper plates only get put on the north side of the belt. But then later, if I forget and I start putting copper plates on the wrong side of the belt out here, then it totally messes up my factory line. And if copper plates get put on the south side of the belt, they could totally stop up this iron wheel production. So I like to actually do this instead of connecting it there. A better way is to always split the belt like that. So now, guaranteed, I can put copper plates on both sides of the belt out here. It doesn't matter. It will always only ever get put on the north side of the belt here, going to this section of the factory that needs them on the north side of the belt. So that is the method behind my madness there. Let's do a, you know what? This is probably eventually going to be a double coal line. I like to, there we go, build for the future, like I said. Let's space things out a little bit more and give us some, oh goodness, this is going to be ugly. No, we don't want that. We want you going, oh goodness. We're going to have to redesign all of this because it is going over our area here. For now, here's what we're going to do. For now, we're just going to do this. We're going to make a nice simple line. And, oh goodness, am I out of belts already? Oh boy. Okay, so we're just going to do this really simple thing. And go right there, and let's see, 1 space. So let's do overkill as always. And here we go. So we have that and that and that and that and that there. And we can squeeze 1 more right there, I think, and right there. And I think that'll, well, like I said, it doesn't matter which side of the belt I put it on. So let's do, this is going to be the input. And we're going to have to get rid of these. And let's pick that up. And now we go on to getting us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not really sure how many to produce. We still have those going on burners. That's just fine. We're going to need to split our copper line again, or not copper, coal line again. So now here's where I think about splitters again. I have it split half and half going. Half is going over to there. Half is going to you. Let's, oh, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Let's just split it. Oh, goodness. So indecisive. Let's just split it here. It doesn't matter as much at this point. It's just something to keep in mind for the future. Oh, goodness. I can't do it that way either because I need the copper going south. Well, I guess I can. Can I? Oh, goodness. Which way would be more efficient? Either I can have drills out there going south and put it on the line, or I can have coal going north. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so let's not split it there. Let's get a splitter right. Where do we want it? Right. I don't know why I always make it as tight as possible on myself. This is havoc for the future, but this is what we're going to do. And there we go. So now we have coal going in, coal getting put on that side of the belt, and our raw copper is going to be put on the other side. And there we go. So we have power lines getting set up now, and that line is powered. And of course we need some raw copper. That's the final step. So let's just drag it out on all one side for now and give you some belts. Are we gonna have enough belts? We just barely did. Let's power you up, and there we go. All right, so now then we have to, let's get a few more power lines going. We have the, let's see, here we go. Let's power you, let's power you, let's power you, and run down the belt, power you, you, and I know I need to connect the rest of that. And on out to our research station, which we have yet to configure. But for now, let's, whoops, I don't know why I always accidentally do that. Too many, holding down the shift button. Let's do you, and there we go. So we have the assembly line picking up stuff, and you are putting out stuff, and you have, we need more belts. All right, I think that should be, well, is that enough belts? I don't know. That should be enough belts for at least a little bit. Let's get down here with our science. Get down with science, big. Yeah, we got it. And now we're going to need more. Oh, goodness. All right, let's just make that the end of the line. We're going to need a lot more research labs. But for now, I think we will end this episode like this. We have started producing red science packs. I believe it's all automated. Let's go double check everything. And so we have red science packs there. We have a nice input of gear wheels. And we have a nice input of copper plates. And of course, now it looks like almost everything is running. Let's check our power demand. We are more than good. Let's look at our nice little 1-minute graph there. And there we go. So something else we can look at now is we have to look at production stats. Let's check out iron plates and iron. Oops, wrong one. Let's do 1 minute. Fluctuates a little bit less. And of course, these will change. But right now, we are producing more iron plates than we are consuming, which is a good thing. But looks like our consumption's slowly rising. That's something that there's the 5-second interval. Yeah, it looks like our consumption. We're probably going to need to reconfigure that. But this is part of the game. This is the game right here. I could spend, so if I was advancing things as fast as possible, I would optimize my research design path and work on automating. So that's one step, right? The next step is automating green research science packs. And you get green science packs from, what, you have to research it first, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, or perhaps I can already produce them. Let's look real quick. Yeah, so I can already produce them, but it takes an inserter and a transport belt to make a science pack 2. Well, how do you make an inserter? So think about this a little bit. This will be the next video. How do you make an inserter? Well, I have to go over here to inserters. I need electronic circuit cards, iron gear wheels, and iron plates. Well, I already have 2 of the 3. How do I make circuit cards? Let's go over circuit cards. I need iron plates and copper cables. How do I need copper cables? I need copper plates. Okay, so that's one of those 2 items from the science pack. The other one was a transport belt. How do I make transport belts? I need iron plates and gear wheels. So there you go. I have... So I already have those being made, and then it just becomes a huge mess of optimization. But like what I like to do for now, for example, is what's my weakest link? I like to just analyze what I've built because I just love watching it, for one. All the conveyor belts look so pretty when they're being used. And so right now I see that, well, I have just finished that. Let's go to, it's probably a good time to start building some defense, but we're going to build, we don't need red belts yet. Let's build steel processing first. And then I will continue on with some defenses because the bugs are coming. Look at how much our red has expanded. Look at that huge area. There's going to be bugs hitting us probably pretty soon. We should start building a few turrets for defense just in case, and then maybe we could work on walls. But anyway, this is what I like doing. I like analyzing, just looking at the belts. And of course, you can do this, like I said, through the production stats. But I typically like just, I mean, you can typically get a better look, a quick snapshot at analyzing things. So right now, look at this. I have gear wheels and copper plates being backed up. So that means I could easily build more of these research station, or more of these assembling machines, and still have enough resources to utilize these new machines and output science packs faster. But if you look at this end, I don't need any more science packs. So what I really need to start with is building more labs, and then backtracking from there. How many more of these guys do I need to keep up with the labs? And of course, you can figure all this out with math yourself. Look at this. They all have build times on them, and you could figure out all that yourself. For example, if I had all these 3 raw components to right there. If I had all those components, it takes 5 units of time to, actually, I'm not sure if that's 5 seconds. I think it's just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's roughly 5. I counted a little bit fast there. So I think that's all real time. You could, like I was saying, you can figure that all out by using math. I think it's a lot more fun to just analyze your machine and look at it. And plus, it also gets more complicated because later in the game, you can add cards into these factories to speed them up, increase their efficiency, increase their production output. And then that skews all the base numbers anyway. And it's a lot of it's so much fun to just sit back and analyze things on this game. I love to improve my factory and make things better, but this concludes my really long goodbye of Factorio. I do hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to turn this into a Let's Play when I have time. It's not going to be Monday. Monday is still going to be Farming Simulator. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is still going to be Farming Simulator, but I love this game. I love this game. This is by far my favorite game outside of Farming Simulator. I love this so much, and like I said, do not be afraid that it's an early access. I would have been happy with my $20 purchase of this game 2 years ago, although I think I might have gotten it for $15 back then. I'm not sure what the price changed, but this game has been complete and a finished product for a long, long time. I don't know how many hours played on it on my Steam account. I believe it's my 2nd highest played game behind the Farming Simulator series. So I do hope that you guys pick up Factorio. It is absolutely awesome. And thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. And this concludes this little introduction video to my humble factory and tutorial introduction. I hope that got you started in Factorio. And I would love for you guys to pick up this game. And honestly, this is what you can play this game with like 100 people on a map, and it's madness and chaos all building stuff. And I would love to do this after my Stop and Buck map series concludes. So I hope you all of you guys that play Farming Simulator, pick up this game, start learning it a little bit, or just wait until we do a stream together and I'll teach you all Factorio together. I think that'll be a great fun. So again, goodbye. That concludes this really long goodbye. Thanks for chiming in, guys. I love you all. You're awesome.